Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Ask BQ on BloombergQuint Live, and I'm Navneet Saluja D'Souza.
Hi Navneet, I'm Alex Matthew. Let's get our two experts in for the day. If you've got questions, remember you can send them to us on any one of our social media platforms, or you can call us directly on 022-4540-4141. You can also mail us on askbq@bloombergquint.com. Now, Nilesh Jain of Anand, Rathi and Sandeep Jain of Tradeswift Broking are here to answer all of your questions. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us on this conversation. Right on the top, I think, let me go to you, Sandeep, first, just to give us a broad base. As of now, you've seen several major earnings come in over the past few days. Can you give us a few ideas for a fundamental pick going into the new quarter, perhaps for the rest of the year?
Somehow, the numbers of some of the auto companies were good, I think, and somehow Bajaj Auto was an excellent number. Then even Hero MotoCorp was also not as bad. And then I feel that, the auto ancillaries will also start playing well. So I would like to go with, Hero MotoCorp, because the gap between Hero MotoCorp and Bajaj Auto's valuations have been, at the one of the highest levels. So I think Hero MotoCorp can catch up. Then we should look at Ashok Leyland also. Then I'm looking at the ITC results also, which are coming today. So I think one should look at ITC also. And then somehow I feel that, HUL was fantastic. Then HCL Tech was excellent, but then it has already moved up. And then Infosys, after so much of correction and after so much of controversies, I think, I will be a buyer at 600, 620 levels, where I think let's see how the clarifications come out and what kind of further action is being taken by the top management or the chairman and the board and the investors, say Mr. Narayan Murthy and Mr. Nandan Nilekani. So I'm looking at those things also. And then Reliance's results were excellent. So let's see if some corrections come in, then I think Reliance will also be a buy from my side.
Okay, so that's a pretty broad-based view and several stocks mentioned by Sandeep there. I'm quickly coming across to you as well, Nilesh. It's been a bit choppy, at least for the benchmarks today, and where, as we speak, about 0.2% or just about in the green. We'll have to see how we end today, but do you have any picks that our viewers can pick up today?
Good afternoon, Alex. Good afternoon, Navneet. Well, you have rightly mentioned we are witnessing some sort of a choppy sessions where Nifty has found support near 11,550. From those levels, we are expecting some sort of a bounce back to be carried towards 11,650, 700 odd. So overall, I have two buy recommendation on the long side. First buy recommendation is on Indraprastha Gas Limited, IGL. It has found support in today's trading session at near 365. So with a stop loss of 367, one can go long for the upside target of 380. We have also witnessed sort of a build-up of a long position in this particular counter. Apart from that, metals space is particularly looking positive for the day or maybe a day or two. So Tata Steel would be my preferred pick amongst the overall metal space. One can go long with a stop loss of 350 for the upside target of 372.
Right, so that's some fundamental and technical pick coming your way. Let's quickly take some queries as well. We got a mail this morning from Mr. Biswas who wanted to know on 8K Miles. So he's an investor who said on someone's advice he bought 7,000 shares of 8K Miles at a price of 115 and the stock's fallen. I think right now it's trading around its all-time low levels as well, and the company is not declaring results. The share price, of course, he said it's somewhere about 33, 34. Sandeep, let me take this query to you. Since he did not do his research, he just bought the stock on someone's advice, and he bought it at a really, really high price of 115. I don't know if you track this space, but what should be the strategy he should deploy now? Should he just completely look to exit, take money off the table, whatever is remaining, or he should stay put?
I think it will be very difficult for him to even take an exit also. It's a seller circuit today. And I'll be very clear in saying that, one has to be very, very cautious whenever there is a big crack in particularly the finance companies or companies like, IT stocks and these companies, where when a major change is happening, then only these kind of moves are being witnessed. So I feel that, 8K Miles software, I think out of pure corporate governance, I think it is being, coming down. So the only way out for him will be, I think, he should exit whenever he gets a chance to take an exit. So I feel that, it's very difficult now at these kind of seller circuits, and he should be cautious in the future. Yeah.
I'm just very quickly coming to you on another counter that has seen significant correction is Vodafone Idea. And in fact, Sandeep, we've run a story not too long back of a Vodafone Idea bond that was sold at a steep discount. Is that a worry according to you? And how do you rate the counter? I don't think Roshan has invested yet. I think he wants to know whether he should.
No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. See, it's a very clear cut. It's a no-brainer, somehow, even if it has corrected a lot. But telecom sector somehow is very, very the competition intensity is very high. And then, after the disruption done by Jio, I think all these companies are bleeding. Even Bharti Airtel somehow is a pick from my side in the telecom sector. But then there also the results are not up to the mark. And there also the things are not as rosy as they were in the past. And being the pioneer, I think Bharti Airtel will still survive. But then Vodafone Idea being one of the best players also, two of these best names are actually joining hands. But still things will not get better. So I feel that, and that BSNL, MTNL thing will also make some effect on these kind of companies. So I feel, he shouldn't even think of even touching the stock here.
Okay, let me take the next query on NMDC. Krish writes to us on YouTube. He's bought the shares at 94 for 3 months. He's asking what can be the possible target, and he's already in the money. Nilesh, what would be the target now if he wants to hold on for the next 2 or 3 months?
NMDC has already witnessed a sharp rally from the levels of 75 to almost 107, 108. Now I think it is near to his resistance zone. The resistance zone is at 115 to 118. So I think there could be high probability that stock may witness some sort of a correction or profit booking from those levels. I would suggest if at all you see the levels of 113 to 115, I would advise to book profit from this particular counter. The fresh breakout is still awaited, which will come above 118. So fresh long, I would suggest to reinitiate above 118. As of now, try to book profit at a high level.
Sandeep, very quickly, you have to pick one out of these three and don't comment on the other two. The question is Reliance Industries, SBI or HDFC AMC for the next 2 to 3?
SBI.
Yes. Okay.
It has corrected also, and somehow I feel that, this is the only of the all PSU banks which I really prefer, and somehow I feel that, the kind of the network that bank has and the kind of synergies after the merger we can see. So I think there is some value in the company, and I think this one company has really, managed to, do something other than different than the other PSU banks. So I think SBI is a bet where one can certainly look at.
Okay, on that note, thank you so much, Sandeep, and indeed Nilesh for helping our viewers with all the queries that we did manage to take, which admittedly have been few, but I'd like to thank all our viewers who in fact tuned in on this edition of Ask PQ. I promise that we'll take much more queries tomorrow. Do keep them coming in and stay tuned over the course of the day. There's a lot more action in the political space that we'll be having on BloombergQuint. Thanks so much for watching.